Welcome again. My name is Alexandra, and I'm a localization expert and business development manager at XTRF. And maybe you noticed on our social media recently we have joined Australasian Association of Language Companies. And with this occasion, we wanted to prepare this webinar for you to give you an introductory overview about XTRF. So let me just share with you the agenda for today. We'll start with a few facts about XTRF as a company. Then I will present you a quick product overview. We will also discuss what are the business values behind XTRF and how actually XTRF can help you in daily work. And we will, of course, see it in action. And there will be also time for the Q&A. Okay, XTRF is a translation business management system. We are a company based in Poland with headquarters in Krakow. We are on the market over 10 years with currently around 70 full-time employees and approximately 4,000 clients. As you see, around 30,000 of vendors are using our vendor portal. We are, of course, ISO certified, and since last year, XTRF is a part of K1 Group. We are members of GALA organization and also recently AELC. And also an overview of our technology partners, which are MemoQ, MemSource, RW Stratos, and XTM. What is actually XTRF? What is Translation Business Management software? It's a platform dedicated for LSPs, for corporate language departments, for public organizations, NGOs, to streamline the project management and business management related to translation processes. As a whole solution, we offer 3 portals. So the software has 3 interfaces: a home portal that is dedicated for the internal use of the LSP or corporate language department. There's also a client portal, so the interface for your clients, and a vendor portal at the interface for your resources. Each of those parties have set of different features within XTRF. So from your client perspective, they of course do have an option to request a new quotation, order a new project, access all the history of the projects and quotes, and they also have access to corporate reports that summarize the cooperation with DLSP, all the corporate language department. For you, for LSPs, for translation teams, XTRF offers possibility to, of course, manage and automate projects, to monitor them, to streamline vendor management, so assigning vendors, communicating with vendors. We also have features dedicated for sales and for finance management, so invoices, vendor billings, purchase orders, and also reporting, so business analysis and the performance. And vendors in the vendor portal, they can of course also receive and deliver jobs. They can also see their financials and monitor payments, invoices, etc. Well, what is actually the business value behind it? Like, we believe introducing XTRF can help you to reduce number of manual operations, of course, thanks to the automations that we offer, and it will all end up with a faster turnaround and, of course, increased project management efficiency. Well, in most of the cases when there is no system in place, the human error factor is influencing a lot the performance. With XTRF, we practically reduce human errors fully. We are also a cloud-based solution, and what is also important, we bring you a value of centralized data, organized structure in your organization, and that all influences, of course, the customer and vendor satisfaction. And yeah, to sum up what XTRF can do for you, these are just few examples how a system can help. The overhead can be reduced up to 70%. The project turnaround time can be decreased up to 30%. You will gain a full project management control, and you can, using the system, increase your project margins efficiently. Um, we achieve it with number of automations and features that are available in the system, such as automatic quote creation and delivery, so automations throughout the whole workflow, starting from the quote creation, then automatic project creation, files delivery, automatic finance calculation, so the system will do the math for you, automatic invoicing and billing, optimized vendor management, and of course, smooth communication and instant messaging. So enough talking. Let's see it in action then. We'll start with the short introduction and explaining you the interface. So what you see now, this is XTRF home portal. So the interface that is dedicated for LSPs and for internal language departments, like corporate language departments. On the top, you have a search bar, you have an add button to add new project, new client. There is also a chat embedded. So when I was mentioning about the instant communication, XTRF offers you possibility to create a chat room for each project so that project managers can easily communicate with all the vendors that are assigned to the project. Then we also have the configuration, and it's important to mention that XTRF comes in with a set of default values like languages, like calculation units, currencies, names of jobs, names of your services, but all of that can be set depending on your needs. On the site, you will see the reflection of the workflow and all the modules that are available in XTRF, starting from the dashboard that can be customized by each user separately. And on the dashboard, you can add number of different widgets from different modules to store data that you need to analyze and work on a daily basis in one place. Like here, just an example, I have my quotes waiting for client approval. I have all the open quotes, all projects due today, my projects, and all my tasks. Then we have business opportunities module. This one is dedicated for sales activities. It allows you to enter to the system information about the potential deals. And within this potential deals, you can define the probability, the expected close date, the expected amount that you can gain from this deal, and of course the salesperson. It can be also related with the quote. We won't be going into details today, but I just wanted to highlight that we do have such possibilities. Then we have a quotes module, and here you can choose from different existing views to be able to see data that you need, like, for example, quotes waiting for client approval. You can choose to see, for example, all open quotes, or quotes to be prepared, quotes from new clients from last week, etc. So the view will give you already the relevant results. Then we have projects module, and here as well you can choose to have a different view here. Now I see all the projects, but I can also see projects this day or project from last week. I can very easily, well, you can very easily filter it by statuses, by project managers, deadlines, start dates. There are also number of additional filters that you can apply here to be able to get the view and information that you need. Then we have clients database and providers database. So as I was mentioning, XTRF offers centralization of your tools and data. Everything is in one place. So your clients and providers are entered in the system with a set of different data assigned to them that will also allow automation. Then we have invoicing module. So all the finance management can also be done in XTRF. So client invoices and provider invoices, account statements, purchase orders, etc. XTRF offers also embedded CRM module from where you can send emails to your clients, create templates, you can add memos, log calls, set up reminders, and this way you and your team members, you can organize your daily work and not to forget about anything by assigning each other as a responsible person and keeping everything in an order and not forgetting about your daily assignments. At the end, we have the reporting module. So as I was saying before, XTRF offers you wide possibilities of business management, and we do have a dedicated reporting module with a set of default reports that you can generate to get information about the performance of your team, your project managers, your turnaround, um, cooperation with your clients, etc. So these are the examples of the reports that you are able to generate. As I said, like total turnover, turnovers per client, um, reports about um, your profit per language combination, project manager, and so on. Apart from this reporting module, we also have a BI application that presents your data in a nice way and shows you trends in your business and your business performance as well. So this is about the interface and main features. But what I would like you to see today is how this workflow looks like from the very beginning. So when a client requests a quote and you send it back, you perform the whole project, assign vendors, and deliver back the file. So we will do it starting from the client perspective. I will log in a moment to the client portal. Okay, now we enter client portal, so the interface that your clients will see. Um, they will have an option to add some widgets here to the dashboard. They will have a history of all the quotes and be able to see current quotes as well. Same for the projects. They can see all the current projects and all past projects. For the past projects, of course, they have access to all the files directly from the system. So the source documents and translated documents are stored in the client portal. Your clients also have option to leave feedback, which can be or complaint or approval. They have access to all the invoices, of course, and to business reports. So your clients can also generate some basic reports. A client portal is pretty intuitive. So your clients have two options here to request a quotation or to directly launch a project. For today, we will start with a quotation. Let's name it webinar localization. I will choose just the basic translation for the service, but again, the services are totally up to you, same as specializations and the languages as well. I will choose a deadline. And as your client, I will already upload files I would like you to translate for me. I can also leave you a note. And that's all. So as you could see, these were just a few clicks and the client has requested a quote without writing your emails, without forgetting to upload the attachment. Everything was done within a few seconds. So what happened now is that your client, of course, received a confirmation of this quote, and you as a project manager received an information that this quote is created in your system. And let me show you how this looks like. This is how the interface of the quote looks like. The interface of the project would be pretty much the same. Now you see that the status of this quote is requested. We see the information about the client, when is the expected delivery date. The notes from the client are also here. The languages are already mapped, so you don't have to do it manually. The quote has been created by you, for you by XTRF automatically. The files are also here, so you see that the source document is already here. Today, I wanted to just show you the very basic scenario. There are more automations here possible, but we won't be going into that many details today. We offer advanced integrations with several CAD tools that allow more advanced automation. Um, but XTRF can also do the math and do the calculations based on the metrics that you can upload manually to this system. So let's say you have a CAD tool where you created the project, you generated the metrics, and you can very easily add those metrics to XTRF, based on which XTRF will automatically calculate your receivables. You see that we have a total agreed already now. If we go into receivables, you will be able to see that XTRF took a basic rate from the price profile of the client, which was €1 per source word, and calculated it based on the CAD grid from the CAD tool. At this point, you can, of course, very easily edit it. You can see the metrics here. You can add a discount or a surcharge, so the client needs it urgently, and we can add, I don't know, 50% up to for the rush job. Of course, XTRF will recalculate it automatically. And now we are ready to send the quote to the client. So we just need to click on send. You don't have to create any PDFs manually. This would be done automatically by the system. So let me show you what would be, again, the client perspective, what your client would now receive. They will see an email, of course, with your logo on top of it, with the summary of this quote and two options to accept it and to reject it. And of course, the quote will be attached as a PDF. This is our default document, but we also have embedded document editor in XTRF, so you can easily change the layout here or colors, add some additional fields if you need. This is how the default template looks like. So me as your client, I'm happy with the quotation and I will accept it. And once this quote is accepted, it will be automatically converted into project. You see now that the status of the quote is accepted and we have a project that has been created from this quote. As I said, the interface is the same for the project. So all of those data that you set for the quote are here in the project. We also have the volume here filled in. That was done automatically based on the CAD metrics, and based on this volume, also dates for the process, for the steps within the process were filled in automatically. For today, I am just showing you the very basic scenario, which is just one-step translation. But of course, the process is totally up to you. You can add additional steps here, like proofreading, editing, DTP. You can have more languages as well, not only one. So those more complex settings are, of course, also possible. If we have dates, we can already start with selecting a provider for the job. In XTRF, you can also automate it. You can or do it manually. You can assign a person that already agreed to do the job, so you don't have to ask this person, but you can also send a job request, so a job offer. You can do it according to a rule. Let me present you one that we have here, that is first win. And this one, of course, those rules are set by you. You decide on the criteria. The one that we have created here means that 5 different vendors will be notified every 10 minutes, and the first person who accepts the job would get it. You decide on based on which criteria this list will be created. So there are a number of possibilities here. You can also select those providers manually, and this is what I will do now. So let's say for this job, you have 3 providers that are your favorite, and you would like to ask them if they are available for this job. When you want to add them to this list, you will see a view that we call vendor workload. On this view, you can see the availability of your freelancers or vendors in general on the timeline directly. As you see, let's maybe see Joey's one. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, he already has some assignments. We see that he's busy on 98% on Wednesday. This percent is based on the productivity that can be set in the system. So the productivity can be defined per each provider. You can see what are the projects that Joey is currently assigned to, and you can also see more details. So if you click on the job, you will be able to see what's the project, who's the client, who's the project manager, what are the deadlines, etc. And you can also very easily check the remaining capacity of Joey to see if he can be if we can add him more assignments. So for this job, let's ask Alicia, Leticia, and Mary if they are available. And we are going to give them 30 minutes to give us the reply. And you will be sending job offers. So the status now is offers sent. This is the email that the freelancers, the vendors in general are going to receive. So there were email for Mary, for Alicia. Let me be Alicia now. So being Alicia, I will follow the link and I will log into the vendor portal to see the details of this job. So I have the overview here. I see what is the job type, what are the languages, deadline, when the offer expires. I can see how much I would be paid for this job. And I can already also see the document. And I can decide whether I would like to do this job for you or not. So for today, I will, of course, accept it. And it will also be reflected in your XTRF. So you can be notified, but also in the system, the status will be changed to started. All right, and let me also show you finance section again. As you see, we have our margin here already, total cost and total agreed. That was done automatically, so payables were calculated automatically. XTRF again took a basic rate from the profile of Alicia and calculated it based on the metrics from the CAD tool. And the purchase order has also been generated automatically. If I go back to the vendor portal, so I'm Alicia again, your freelancer, I would be able to download the purchase order directly from my vendor portal. I can see the total, I can see the details of the scope, etc. So I can very easily download the document, work on the translation, and deliver you back the translated document. And this is a translated document. I can also add some notes for the project manager or notes for other vendors. If there are more steps in the project, other vendors can also receive a notification from the translator. And if I'm done with the translation, everything is filled in correctly, I click on I finish the job. This will notify you, and this will also update the project in XTRF. So the file will be updated here. As you see, our step is now ready and the project is closed. There is a new file here, which is a translated document. And we have also additional automation that allows you to automatically send your files to the client when, for example, when all jobs are ready for a given language, which is an extremely helpful in case you work with clients from different time zones or with strict deadlines. XTRF will just send a translated document directly to the client. So now our process was finalized. As I said, you can very easily see the finance here. You can also invoice your client directly. This is again something that can be fully automated. Let me just add the invoice manually here. all those data were taken automatically from the profile of the client, and I will just change the status from ready, and I will send it directly to the client. So this is something that can be fully automated once a month, for example, or you decide on the timeline here. XTRF can scan the system and look for the projects that were not invoiced yet, can group them all and send them directly to the client. So this is pretty much the workflow that I wanted to show you today. Quite basic, but as this is an introductory webinar, and setup of XTRF might depends on different factors depending on your internal processes, your requirements, your needs. I will be happy to also prepare a dedicated demo for you. So just contact me in case you would like to see XTRF in details and tailored to your actual processes, and I will be happy to prepare that for you. In that case, I wanted to thank you very much for your attention today, and well, let me just share with you my contact details so that, as I said, feel free to contact me if you would like to get a dedicated demo that would be fitting your needs. I will be happy to discuss further with you. In case of any questions, also feel free to send me an email or find me on LinkedIn. Thank you so much again for today. Wishing you all a good rest of the day. Thank you. Bye bye.